What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. So, Tetris and Tetris DX is out today. Woo! I'm super excited to see Tetris for the NES to come on the Nintendo Switch and Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color. As I can tell right now, we finally have, I think this is for the NES Tetris, the original Tetris, and for the original Game Boy. And also, a bonus, Nintendo added in Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color on the Switch. So honestly, what do I think of these games? Well, I know Tetris, I know the NES game looks perfect though. Oh, what happened? Okay. I thought I was like, what was going on? Okay. But it's okay, we had a little glitch, but it's okay. All good in the neighborhood. So, now that there's Tetris for the NES, what do I think of Tetris for the NES though? Well, it's kind of good though. I kind of prefer the Game Boy version of Tetris though, but I kind of like the NES. I really love the NES version of Tetris though. And I kind of love the Game Boy version of Tetris though. But however though, Tetris DX is kind of an updated version of Tetris. And it's also for the Game Boy Color. So, as I was saying, we now have Tetris for the NES, but a bonus, they've added in Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color on the Nintendo Switch. Well, I was thinking that Tetris is a really good NES game. It's like one of the best puzzle NES games. I highly recommend playing though. I mean, Tetris is really epic though, and I highly recommend playing this game. It's such an amazing puzzle game though. I mean, you gotta line these puzzles in order to get rid of it. It's kind of like a puzzle game like Dr. Mario. You guys remember playing Dr. Mario. There's two versions, one for the Game Boy and one for the NES though. But let me know which version of Tetris do you guys prefer, the NES or the Game Boy version, or do you guys like Tetris DX? Put it down in the comments below. And yes, I do have my Game Boy shirt because, as I can tell, because this is what Tetris is on right now for the original Game Boy, and also Tetris for the NES. I was so happy to see Tetris for the NES, and the same with Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color. There's also Tetris 99 for the Nintendo Switch as well though. I appreciate some of these games that have been released definitely though, but also we have like 4 Tetris versions. Tetris for the Game Boy and for the NES, and there's Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color, and finally we have Tetris 99. It's kind of cool though. Now the next NES game I want to see, or the next retro game I want to see, is Pac-Man. Definitely one of the classic arcade games, because I know we already have Pac-Man 99. I mean, these games are kind of the best though. I really love Pac-Man. I mean, it should definitely come to the NES on the Nintendo Switch, or if there's Super Pac-Man on the SNES, it should definitely come to the Nintendo Switch. The same with Pac-Man for the Game Boy Color, or I mean, not for the Game Boy Color, or yeah, it doesn't matter what Game Boy it is though. Either the original Game Boy or Game Boy Color, it might come to the Nintendo Switch. So, I'm thinking that Pac-Man is kind of like an arcade puzzle game though, definitely. And it's kind of like where you like eat all the fruits Pac-Man has to eat before the ghosts capture him. This is really kind of cool though. I think Tetris is like one of the puzzle arcade games made back in 1989, 35 years ago, back when the Game Boy was released. The first games that come to mind when the original Game Boy was released would be Super Mario Land and Tetris, because I think these games are really good though. Because I really like how Nintendo would add all these games though, but I want to see Super Mario Land 3 for the Nintendo Switch on the original Game Boy. That would be a really good idea though. And definitely though, Nintendo also made some really good games to add on the Switch. They made like one of the best games to add on the Nintendo Switch, which is cool though. And I know I'm excited for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD though. So yeah, I was super excited for Tetris though. I might be able to play more of Tetris for the NES or Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color, or Tetris for the original Game Boy. So that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you are new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.